Good morning, YouTube family and friends. Hope you had a good week. My week was okay. Trying to get over this crud, this flu that I got on my cruise. For the most part, I'm over it. I still feel like I have a little bit of it in my lungs. I'm not coughing nearly as much as I was before. I still cough a little bit throughout the day. Still coughing up a little bit, but not much anymore. The phlegm was pretty much almost gone, but every once in a while I catch myself wheezing a little bit, trying to get that crap out of the lungs. But overall, I think I'm okay. Happy March. Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025, and this is my week 49 results of being back on Mounjaro, and I got some medical updates for you. Ah, let me tell you, being sick sucked, but it sure is great for the scale. So normally I leave my weight till the end, but I'm going to lead off with my weight for those of you who come here just for the weight. Last week I had lost 5 pounds being on a cruise because of the being coming down with the flu. Yeah, I think it was the flu. So, because I tested myself for COVID and flu last Sunday, I think after I recorded that video, and I did it twice. I went and bought a couple of home tests from Hy-Vee grocery store, and they both came back negative for COVID and the flu. And if I had COVID, you test positive for at least I think 9 days afterwards. So, but flu, once the fever breaks and you're on the healing side of it, I don't think you'll test positive for it anymore. So it had to be the flu because I had the fever and chills. I couldn't get warm. That's a flu. That's just not a cold. So it had to have been like flu A or flu B or one of the flu strings going around. So, but anyway, here's the video of my weight that I weighed in. I recorded it this morning for you. 239. As you can see, I weighed in at 239 this morning. That's a 4 pound weight loss this week. Yay, I was able to keep up with the trend. I really made sure I watched what I ate. I didn't pig out on sweets. Even though I get full fast, no, those little Debbie type sweets or any type of little sweets where you can just eat a little bit at a time, but there's so much calories to it. It's unreal. So I was able to get control of that again this week, thankfully. But even though the last 2 nights I did backslide a little bit and had an ice cream cone, so I gotta stop that. But anyway, so that's 4 pound weight loss. That's a total of 9 pounds I lost in 2 weeks. Maybe I finally hit the right dose of the prednisone steroid. Right now I'm on the 20 milligrams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I'm down to just 10 milligrams. So maybe that's the right dose. Maybe I'm finally to that point where it's starting to reverse the weight gain. So on Tuesday, I go down to the next level, or on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, I'll start taking just 7.5 milligrams. And I'll stay at 20 milligrams for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But we'll see what the neurologist says. That segues me into the next section. Uh, I did get approved for the surgery to have that inspired device for sleep apnea implanted in me. It'll go on the right side. I saw the neurologist, not the neurologist, I saw the ENT doctor last Wednesday, and he confirmed that yes, I was approved for it, and we went and got the surgery scheduled for March 19th. So in about 2.5 weeks. But he wants the neurologist to sign off on it. So he got a message to the neurologist as of Friday afternoon. He told me he has not heard back from the neurologist yet. He wants the neurologist to sign off on it. So I told him the neurologist wanted me to hold off on it last July when I was diagnosed with this generalized myasthenia gravis, the autoimmune disease. I told him I was looking into this device for my sleep apnea, so I can get rid of the CPAP machine. And at that time he told me he wanted me to hold off on it because he wanted me to make sure I got the GMG under control. I was at a good point, and he thinks that maybe my sleep apnea will get better once I get the GMG under control. But I've had sleep apnea since my late 20s, so I've been on a CPAP machine off and on for over 20 years. I went through a stretch a couple of years where I stopped using it because I hate it so much. So I want to try this device. I've tried different types of masks with the CPAP machine. I even tried, instead of doing CPAP machine, I tried a mouth guard. I had one specifically made, and that was that ooh, like you like lock your crap. It's like the mouth guard goes on top and on bottom, and you lock it in, and kind of slowly pulls your jaw out as you sleep. And it was so hard to get on and off, and felt like I was trapped. It was almost like a form of claustrophobia with your mouth. And I was so paranoid. It's like, what happens if I had something when I was sleeping and the paramedics couldn't get that off? They would have to bust out my teeth to get it out. No, no, that was a mistake to try, but I tried it. So I want this. What it does, it's like a little tiny pacemaker type of device that goes implants underneath the skin on your right side. Two thin wires get ran up through your neck, and they make a pretty decent sized incision right under your jawline. And they'll take those wires and they'll use that incision to connect those wires to the back of your tongue muscles. And then it takes about 6 weeks to heal. So after 6 weeks after surgery, no, I'll see the surgeon a week after just as a follow up, and then again at the 6 week mark. Then at 6 weeks, if everything's all healed up and everything looks good, they'll turn the device on or activate it at the lowest setting, and then I can start trying to use it at night. And you have a little remote control, and when you go to bed, you just turn it on, and it's supposed to send gentle stimulations to the tongue. And the device knows when you take a breath in, when you breathe in, it knows to send the signal to move your tongue out. So it's like that. It's just, I've seen a lot of videos of people who have it, and for the most part, there's a couple bad ones in there, but for the most part, overall reviews are great. They love it. You barely feel it. It's not painful at all. It's just a little sensation that you feel at first as you get used to it, and then gradually you'll increase the amount of stimulation until you get to a point where it feels like it's fully working for you. And then you can abandon the CPAP. So yeah, I want it. So I'm really hoping the neurologist doesn't kaput it. I'll be so pissed because the approval from the insurance is only through May. And I got my Australian trip in May, a cruise in Sydney, Australia. So I booked my travel, my airfare. Oh my God, that stuff's expensive. Airfare from Omaha, Nebraska to Sydney, Australia and back, I paid $3,000 through United. That's the cheap stuff. Now I did pay a little bit extra to have the extra leg room on it, and I paid a little over $200 for insurance on it, just in case something happens with the surgery and I have to cancel my trip. It was well worth paying the extra money for the insurance. And also I paid an extra money to guarantee it so it could be refundable. So not only did I pay for the insurance, I also paid extra for it to be refundable. I could have saved myself $500-600 if I just went the cheap seat route and not have it non-refundable. But no, I don't want to take that chance. That's too much money. That's too much money. I went the cheap route without getting the refundable portion or the insurance. I could have paid 20. It was about $2,100, but with the added seats, with the making it refundable and the insurance, it boosted up to $3,000. So, but it's a bucket list type of trip. When am I ever going to go to Australia again? So, and the cruise is pretty much free. Once I get my $300 onboard credit back, I'm paying like $38 for the cruise itself. So I knew I was going to pay some money for the airfare, and I'm flying in 2 days early, so I can sightsee Sydney, Australia in May. So stay tuned for that. So I'm really hoping nothing goes wrong with the surgery. If I have the surgery, hopefully it's scheduled. But I said the neurologist can compute it. So let's hope not. Cross your fingers for me, folks. I'm really looking forward to that trip to Sydney, Australia, and going on the 8-day cruise. So, all right, let's continue on here now. Since I got that update out of the way, I've had a sore on my leg since my cruise. It bubbled up. It's like a cyst, or where it's like filled with pus or blood. It ended up being filled with blood. It developed on the cruise. Once it developed, and initially when it came up, it looked like pore was clogged, and I think it happened because the massage I got, the oil that they use, clogged the pore. I think that's what happened initially, and they take that wire brush or whatever brush and brush your skin first. So it either aggravated it or whatnot, or the oil clogged the pore. But anyway, on a Thursday of the week before is when I noticed it, and I was getting over my sickness, but it bubbled up and looked like it just needed popped. So I popped it and had some pus come out initially, just a little bit, not much, but it didn't drain at all, really. It's just what was in the little bubble. So I made sure I didn't go into the water afterwards. The only water that touched it was the shower. I stayed out of the ocean. I didn't go anywhere into the water because I didn't want to get infected. And then I got home and I was hoping it'd get better on its own, but not. It was tender to the touch and kept getting bigger. It's like it was swelling. So finally, last Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, it finally got to a point where it like scabbed over a little bit. So I pulled the scab off, and I'm telling you, it wasn't pus. It was dark blood that came out. I was able to squeeze, and squeeze. It was dark blood that came out of it. So like, but at least it finally deflated. It was still a little swollen, but I thought it was just a little swollen. So I was totally hoping it healed. Well, here's what it looks like now. I recorded a couple of videos. I recorded a video of what it looks like now, and then I pulled the scab off of it, and I recorded a video of what it looks like after I pulled the scab off it this morning. So here's what it looks like. What do you think, folks? It's been over a week now. This thing was filled with blood when it popped. But 3 days ago, it was not really pus. It was filled with dark blood. It drained. It looks like it's trying to heal, but now it's starting to get a little bubbled up again. And it's a little tender to the touch. Can't tell if it's just swollen around it or more blood is starting to pool around it. I've been putting peroxide on it. So I'm thinking about peeling the scab off and seeing if it'll drain again. I probably need to go see the doctor. Okay, folks, I peeled the scab back, and more blood to come out of it. It feels better now, though. And I put peroxide on it, so there's all the blood stuff that came out of it. Really hoping it heals on its own. I don't have to go to the doctor about it. Though I have to see the doctor anyway. So we'll see how it goes. See, doesn't it look great? It does look better now that after I peeled it, put tons of peroxide on it and dried it off, and it's been sitting out in the open. It's looking decent now. So so let's hope that it heals. But anyway, I got to schedule an appointment for my primary doctor next week to have the pre-surgery checkup. And also, I want to ask about this. It's been, I think, 3 months since she took me off the statin, the atorvastatin. And so she wanted to do new blood withdrawal. My Mounjaro prescription is out. So the pharmacy let me know that. So they sent a request for a new prescription, but I'm sure the doctor's going to want to do new blood work to see where my A1C is at and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to call the primary doctor on Monday to set up an appointment to go over all of that and this leg sore and the surgery and whatnot. So we'll go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see where my blood is at. Got my handy dandy thing here. So okay. All right, let's pick on the pinky today. Hopefully I got better luck this week on getting blood than I did last week. All right. Yay, I got some blood. Fasting. So I just woke up a little bit ago and showered. All right. 91. So that's good. It was 85 last week. So it's on an upward trend again. It was 85 last week, then 75 the week before that. So I have no episodes this week of low blood sugar. So my blood sugar is going up. Especially with having no episodes of low blood sugar during the week. So that's a little concerning, especially because I'm losing weight. I'm not eating as many sweets. But my blood sugar is going up a little bit. It's still 91 is awesome. 91 is awesome for being type 2 diabetic like I am. 92 is awesome. So, all right. I think that's everything except for taking my Mounjaro shot this week. So let's go ahead and do that. I have my 7.5 dose. So again, let's take the protective cap. You'll see the needle on the inside with a little bit of medicine on it already. Make sure you unlock it. There you go. You can go into the fatty part of your arm, your thigh, or your gut. I always do the gut. If you do your gut, it has to be at least 2 inches away from your belly button. I think I did that side this week, so let's do this side this week. If not, oh well. It doesn't really matter. I just don't like to pick on one side every week. I like to rotate. All right, you'll see the green plunger go in. I like to puff up my fat. All right, here we go. See, you saw the green plunger go in. You heard the click. Came back out. Medicine delivered. Voila. Don't even feel it. Every once in a while, you'll feel like a little sting, like a little mosquito bite, but it's nothing at all. All right, folks, that's what I got for you this week. Hope I didn't miss anything, but I will keep you up to date on what the neurologist says to the ENT doctor. God, I hope you don't compost. I want to get that Inspire device implanted in me. It's called like some type of stimulator. That's what it is. So, and I hope I can continue this weight loss trend. So that's 9 pounds lost the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I had to get sick to kickstart it, but maybe it was a combination of being sick and then finally getting to a point on steroid where it's finally starting to have a positive effect on my weight. Maybe. We'll see. All right. I'll keep you updated. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button if you would, please. And if you want to make sure you get notified of future videos, I do try to do one a week. I do one a week. Sometimes I'll do 2 a week. Every once in a blue moon, but mostly it's just 1 a week. So hit that subscribe button if you would. And if you know anybody, or if you are somebody who's on the same journey as I am of being autoimmune disease of generalized myasthenia gravis, or you're a type 2 diabetic that's on the Mounjaro journey, or if you're on the other journey, the other medicine, not Mounjaro, but the other one, Ozempic, or maybe you're not diabetic, but you're on the weight loss version of it. Let me know. Or if you have sleep apnea or severe sleep apnea like I do, and you use a CPAP machine and you're interested in the Inspire device as well as a replacement for your CPAP because you can't stand it like I can, and especially when I get sick, I cannot sleep with it at all. Oh my God, it's a mess. So, yeah, if you would let them know about this video or share this video so they can see it, and so maybe they can comment and share stories of what's going on. So, all right, folks, I love you all. Make sure to enjoy life. Don't work yourself to death. Tell your loved ones you love them. I'm going to a funeral today at noon. So sad. I think he is a second cousin of mine. He's 41 years old who died. 41. He had, I don't know the full story. I don't know him that well. I know his dad a lot better. His dad is my dad's cousin. I believe what it is his, my dad's cousin, my dad's mom and his cousin's mom were sisters. So it was my dad's cousin's son who died. And I said, he's 41, I'm 48. But from what I know, he had liver issues and spleen issues because of it. And something went wrong, and he ended up going into sepsis, and he tried to do surgery to fix whatever was going on. I don't know the full story at all. I don't know if this is accurate or not, so I don't want to say too much. But anyway, he went into surgery, and he ended up dying. 41 years old. So sad. Yeah, he has a one child. I think she's 18 or 21 or something like that. She's not a child anymore, but still, it was his kid. So I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for my dad's uncle, or not my dad's uncle, my dad's cousin. So, and yeah, it's so sad. Thinking so young, 41. That's why I try my best to do everything the doctor tells me to do, especially with my liver, with my liver cirrhosis from my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I have the enlarged spleen. I have a small varices in the esophagus. I also have some bladder and kidney issues. So I'm doing everything I can to try to stay healthy. I'm not perfect. I have my slip ups. It's life. I know you would say no with it being life threatening. You do follow word for word what the doctor says, but I'm human. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We don't all follow doctor's orders like we should. But I do my best. I do. I try to keep myself as healthy as possible for as long as possible with all my medical issues. So, all right. Sorry. I was trying to end this video several minutes ago. So, all right. You all have a good one.